Hey ladies, I'm going to start talking about hostess coaching with you today. I truly feel that hostess coaching is what helps a successful nail bar come about, and it will bring so much pride and joy to the hostess to see her party kind of unraveling from just not hard work that you've put in, but hard work that she's maybe put in. So to start off, when I get a new hostess, whether it's virtual or in home, this is kind of the steps I take for it. However, when I get a new hostess, I either send them a bubble mailer or drop a Color Street bag off on their porch with all of this information in it. So I give my hostess a wish list. It's a printable little PDF that you can actually just have them write in the polishes that they wish to have. Then I give them a frank list. Again, this is empty, so they have to fill this in. They can go through and enter in their friends, their relatives, their acquaintances, their neighbors, and their connections through kids. This is going to help them start to kind of get the ball rolling here and see who they need to be inviting into their group, why they need to be inviting them into that group, and seeing that, there are more people that they can reach out to, and there always will be. I also include some twosies and some prep pads just in case there's customers in the group that maybe they aren't familiar with Color Street, but they want to kind of try it out before they dive right in. This is really going to help the hostess to be able to hand those out, maybe apply them herself on them, because typically our hostesses are familiar with Color Street. I also put in some catalogs and some order forms. This helps for our people who aren't so tech savvy. For example, I had a virtual nail bar going on, and the mom was just like, hey, my mom, so the grandma, is not familiar with Facebook and all of that. She's not on Facebook, but she really wants to make a purchase. Is there a paper set that I can help her get that going through? And I was like, yeah, of course. So I just I give my hostess about 6 catalogs and 6 order forms. That way she can put a twosie, a prep pad, a catalog, and an order form all together and kind of hand them out to 6 different people, because that's typically, the average number that I have found have been used. If they're not used, your hostess can choose to keep them for herself or return them back to you at the end of the nail bar. Again, it varies with each hostess. And then I also throw in a polish pack for my hostess. Whether it's an in-home nail bar or a virtual nail bar, I find that this is super beneficial because when we start the party, then your hostess has a fresh polish pack on and she's rocking her Color Street and can testify to how simple it is and show off her manicure. And if people have questions, she's more familiar with the application process by then. And then she can kind of guide them around, the polish pack as well. I think that either mailing this as a bubble mailer or dropping it off is the best way to do it. This is something I would do though a week in advance or 2 weeks in advance or even a month in advance. If I have an in-home party, it's really crucial, you guys, that you build that hostess stylist relationship because you guys are doing this together. It's a partnership that you're doing. So by sending her this bubble mailer a month before her party, she's able to start getting the word out that she's having this party, get a save the date type thing going on, and she's getting more familiar with the product. Her friends and family are getting more familiar with the product and they're getting excited. This works for virtual nail bars though. I would just do this more like 2 weeks in advance. You don't have to look so far, as far as a month ahead, but 2 weeks to a week in advance. Make sure that you're starting that hostess stylist relationship because you guys are going to be working on this together. So even with virtual nail bars, I do this. I have found it's super helpful, and I've even had hostesses, ask for more catalogs, ask for more order forms because some people just aren't tech savvy. So I truly feel that this is a really great opportunity to get the product out and everything and get the ball rolling. So once you've started your hostess coaching, you're going to want to get her information, whether it's you're doing a virtual or an in-home. You're going to want to see where you're going. You're going to want to see, set up a link for her and everything. But I'd like to start off with a call. So calling your hostesses, you can text, it's just not as personal and you want a kind of quick response more often. So if I'm kind of on a time crunch, I'll text, and that's probably something I need to get better at. But calling your hostesses, starting to further that relationship. You're going to call her, you're going to get enthusiastic with her. You're going to be like, I am so excited for this nail bar. I cannot wait to see, how many free polish packs we can get you. But I wanted to let you know, keep the party simple. If that's an in-home party, that's probably something you would say. You don't need to spend a whole lot of money on this. Don't buy snacks. Don't buy, $50 wine. You don't need all of that fancy stuff because people are going to be applying their nails most of the night and they're not really going to look to see, you know, what snacks you have. They might snack later or when they get there, but that's not something, unless your hostess wants to do that, that's not something that we require of our hostesses. Then you'll want to talk kind of about what was in her bubble mailer or in the bag. Say that frank list, can you pull that out for me? And then you're going to explain to her, okay, what a frank list is. Tell her it's friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, and connections through kids. Have her sit there and list out at least 3 names to you, okay, through each category. Because right then, you're already looking at 15 people for the nail bar. Tell her you want her to add 3 to 5 more names for each category, and then you're looking at a great amount of ladies who are going to shop her link. You know, explain the benefits to her of creating a group and how you want to be able to reach out to 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds and 40-year-olds and 50-year-olds, because your 40-year-olds are going to come and they're going to shop. Your 30-year-olds are going to be the one to book a party off of her, and she can get more credit off of her. And then her 20-year-olds, you know, they're going to be the ones that come to you as a stylist and just say, hey, I'm super interested in what you're doing. How does this go commission-wise for you? What do I have to do to become a stylist? And then you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. She's getting sales, and you're getting new stylists, you're getting new parties, you're getting sales, you're getting a commission. So it's super important that you kind of review that frank list. And then we want to start to talk about how we're going to get a hold of the ladies. Invites. So if you and your hostess decide to do paper invites, you'll decide, you know, who does what, who sends what. It's probably going to be easiest for your hostess to get a hold of their information and just mail out an invite then. However, with virtual nail bars, I do a text. Even with some in-home nail bars, I found ladies are on their phone all the time. I found it's easiest to do a text message. So I basically create like an outline, kind of the basics, the backbone of what I would put in a text, just something along the lines of like, hey, blank, whoever she's sending the text to, let's say it's Susie. Hey, Susie, my nail girl Ella is hosting a Color Street nail bar for me this Friday, going until next Friday. I'm super excited for it. I've been wearing the product for over a month now, and it has completely changed my life and the manicure life that I used to, you know, kind of use through the salon. I don't know why I was using it for so long. I would love for you to hop in on my group and see kind of what she has in store for us. There's going to be games, there's going to be giveaways, conversation, and laughter. I just really hope that you are interested in maybe attending this group. Let me know if it's something that I can invite you into. She can then either attach the Facebook link to a group right then, or she can add them in if they reply back with a yes. But if you're doing a virtual nail bar, that's how I would go about it. You know, have the hostess see that text message that you've kind of written up for them, text that message out to their friends and family, their frank list that we've talked about. By this time, you should be kind of talking numbers with her about how many people she wants to invite into that nail bar. 25 to 35, you guys, because not everyone makes a purchase. If everyone makes a purchase, awesome. She's going to get a great turnout in sales. She's going to get a lot of free polish. You're going to get a good commission. You're going to get some more stylists, possibly some more bookings. It's kind of it's a great kill 2 birds with 1 stone type deal. So making sure that you're kind of just on the same page with invites and everything, seeing who's inviting what, how you're inviting what. But I have truly found that creating that text message for your hostess is like the simplest way to do it. Now, all of this, again, remember, is going on a conversation on the phone 2 weeks before the nail bar. We're not even to the nail bar yet. So that was your first call. Your second call, about a week later, let her kind of get going on the invites and everything, expand her frank list. You're going to be like, hey, are your invites out? I'm super excited to get started with you. Just continue to be enthusiastic with her about it. You can also ask her to send out samples now. You can be like, now's a great chance to start sending out samples, getting samples to your friends and families. You know, what's their feedback on them? I would love to hear it and everything. And then starting to talk about her wish list. So as we get closer to the party, we can kind of start to get excited for the hostess more and more. But just be like, I would love to make your wish list happen. What are your polishes on the wish list? And then she's going to sit and explain them. And then you can be like, oh my gosh, I love At the Plaza. Why did you choose that one? So asking her questions, why she chose that one, what's an event that she would use that for, and just kind of starting to turn those gears in there a little bit, that she can use these for events. She can hand them out as gifts. You could be like, oh, your mom, you know, she was looking at those pink polishes too. Maybe she would like Himalayan salt or something like that. You know, starting to play off of that. So being like, you could get a free polish even for your mom here. But I think it's a fun way to get to know your hostess and asking her questions and what she would wear this for and what she would wear that for and why she likes that. Pink's her favorite. You know, you find things out about your hostess through these relationships and these calls. So our second call is more about building that relationship a little more, talking about her wish list, making sure she got those invites out, asking if there's any way that you can help those invites. And one thing that you can start to see is if you created a Facebook group for it, you can see in the Facebook group whether she added them into the group or they added themselves into the group. So if you can go through and just be like, oh, Susie was added by our hostess Sarah, you could just be like, hey, was Susie okay with like being in that group or whatever? I just want to make sure, you know, that she got that invite and everything. Just making sure, you know, that we're not throwing people into a group because when our hostesses do that, we don't have great party turnouts. So it's super important, you know, that we're looking into those good party turnouts. We're letting our hostesses know what's going to make this party turn out so well. Our third and final call before the nail bar is checking in with our hostess again, checking in about guests and everything, just seeing how many people are kind of in there for the final, what we're thinking the final count is and everything. Whether that's an in-home or a virtual, you guys, I like to check with my hostesses and plan around, you know, how many people are in the nail bar. Because if I'm playing a envelope game or a dice game at an in-home nail bar and I only brought 6 envelopes, I'm not going to be able to play with a party of 16, you know? I might have to break it down into 2 or 3 different groups, and then I don't have enough prizes. So just preparing this call is kind of getting us both prepared for it and everything, looking forward to the nail bar, continuing to be enthusiastic about it, reaching out to people about their invites and everything. This is when you can start to kind of text her invitees. If you see that people are in the nail bar and they're getting excited about it, you can Facebook Messenger them. You can be like, hey, Susie, I'm so excited to get Sarah's nail bar started with you. Are there any polishes that you are looking at that you're excited to buy or anything? How do you know our hostess, Sarah? Just getting to know them in that connection, because you're going to shortly transition into being their nail girl for this nail party. Through all of this, you want to also, on this third and final call, just kind of remind your hostess of some goals. So saying, you know, just getting 8 people to do a buy 3 get 1 free is going to get you pretty close, if not over a little, $300, which is free shipping and 5 to 6 polish packs. That's kind of the average nail bar, and we're hoping to at least get you there. Of course, if we pass that $300, you know, we're going to have a phenomenal nail bar. You're going to get more nails, more engagement, more fun, and excitement. So kind of, you know, increasing that number of free nail polish as you continue to go. This is gonna increase the excitement with our hostesses and our invitees and getting engagement going on and everything. We can also, at this time, refer back to her wish list. So this is the third call, and we can refer back to our second call with the wish list and just be like, have you added any polishes to it? I would love to make every polish on that wish list yours for free. It's just going to require a little bit of engagement and adding those girls into the group and everything. And then you can also start to talk to her about, if you have any friends or family members that you feel would like to do a nail bar, get a hold of them right now, because if you can get a successful nail bar and get 2 or 3 ladies to book, if you can get 3 ladies actually to book off of you, you can get 1 to 3 ladies to book off of you, then you're going to get up to $75 of credit, you know, back to your account, and then you can shop through their nail bars and support them for almost having to pay nothing, you know? So then it's kind of increasing sales through other nail bars, getting her that $75 credit, just making sure that she's aware of all of that, because I've had hostesses that I'm towards the end and they're like, how did those other hostesses get a $25? And I'm like, that's where we have to get some more bookings going. So kind of having our hostesses reach out to friends and family is one way to do it. You can also post in the group and everything about booking and getting a $25 credit and getting the free sales and everything, and how that kind of helps the hostess out. But there are so many ways that you can approach it, you know, but if you want to run a successful nail bar, it is highly recommended that you're looking into all of this. And then we're kind of as we're in the party phase, you're still continuing to grow that partnership. You're working together. You're seeing how people know the hostesses. Kind of grow that relationship with your hostess and your customers that are in that group, because those customers might hop over into your VIP page. That hostess might host again. Growing that relationship and making the hostess feel special, because if your customers within that group see that you're making the hostess feel special, that she's getting all these free nails, they're going to see that and they're going to maybe want to do it. So really, showing off what the hostess is getting and how you're treating the hostess and how you have that relationship. It's always important that you follow up with your hostess after the nail bar. So if you have created this relationship, this should be no problem at all. Be like, oh my gosh, Sarah, you just had such a successful nail bar. I'm so super excited for you. I would love to get your wish list, ordered for you and everything. Send me the polishes. Let's see how many other ladies want to book off of you and everything before I close your nail bar. Adding your hostess then into your VIP group, because that's just growing the connection. She loves Color Street. She likes to shop it. She clearly likes to get it for free. Add her into that VIP page so that she can be seeing, what giveaways you're doing, what she can do to get more free polish. Like I said, she could host again later down the road. It's all about how you build that relationship. So all of this, you guys, keep in mind, happens before the nail bar. So if you're doing an in-home nail bar, I suggest starting the connection at least a month before, okay? If you're doing a virtual nail bar, you don't need to look at quite a month. I would do like 2 weeks ahead, because she can start sending out that invite. It's gonna make the process of building a Facebook group for them and creating a link for them not so stressful at one time type deal. So you can create the Facebook group, but don't put that link in until you start that party. But you can kind of see people getting added into that group. You can start to see some of the engagement. You can start to talk with some of the ladies on that group. Grow that connection, because some of those ladies, you don't know who wants to, one, become a stylist, who wants more information on it, who wants to maybe host a nail bar, who wants to know more information just on, the nails itself. So hostess coaching is really beneficial on your end, because you're building so many relationships and you are truly making that hostess feel special, and that's just what we want to do. So if you guys have any more questions on hostess coaching or anything, just keep in mind that this all happens right before the nail bar, and then you have the nail bar itself, and then you have your follow-up. We talked minimally about our follow-up, but that follow-up is just as important as the beginning, the whole phase with your host, because if you follow up with them, they're more likely to be loyal to you. You've created that connection versus just hey, you want to host a nail bar, doing all this fun stuff, doing the nail bar and then just dropping them. We don't want to do that, you guys. Build that connection, keep that relationship, and I promise you your nail bars are going to be so successful. I know it sounds like a lot of information, but it truly helps your nail bars succeed, and your hostesses are going to see that as well, and you're going to see that when you get more bookings for nail bars.